Alright, so we're back with, this time, the battle tactics video, focusing on the Spire. I'm going to do level 2. I might split this up into 2 videos, we'll see how long this gets. But we're going to start by focusing on battle tactics before we get into actually moving up the Spire a little bit and seeing the tactics in action. I have my Fire Phoenix fed, stage 10. I don't have any other military, no trees are dropped, no DAs dropped right now. That would make kind of a boring video. I would just melt through this too easy. So I'm going to go with just the Phoenix and my Ancient Wonders. I've got the Sanctuary at level 18, so I get 19.5% extra health. And I don't have the Heroes Forge, but I got the other one. So I've got the Light Ranged, Light Melee, Mage, Heavy Range. I've got all those damage at about 18% bonus thanks to the various Ancient Wonders. So no military buildings. Again, this is a fed Fire Phoenix. If you don't have a fed Fire Phoenix, then you might want to think about catering. If you drop enough tree buildings, I guess maybe you can get by, but let's get into this now. So let's start with basic tactics. There's 3 things that you need to factor in for every single matchup. Remember, these are all going to be 2- and 3-wave matchups because we're on the 2nd floor now. The first one is actually matchup. So if I look at, I'm on the browser here, so I can hover over and see what units are strong against my opponents here. So I think we're going to go with, so wave 1 we can go with either mages or light ranged, and then in wave 2 it looks like mages would be better just because of they've got a heavy range there. So if I went with all archers, I would lose some in the second wave there due to that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is positioning. This is the thing. This is where the next 2 things, positioning and initiative, are where I think that people don't fully understand. Some people at least, and this is what can save you troops, even if you're auto battling. And I'm going to do some of these auto battle, and for every encounter, I'll tell you what I would do if I was auto battling and what I think would happen. I do auto battle about half the encounters, and I'm probably going to do this one, but let's keep going here. So with positioning, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to understand where these are going to be on the battlefield. So number 1 here is going to be right in the middle. Number 2 is going to be right above the middle. Number 3 is going to be right below the middle. Number 4 is going to be at the top. And number 5 is going to be at the bottom. And then in the second wave, they're actually going to flip. So 1 becomes 5, 2 becomes 4, and 3 stays the same. So as I go through these encounters, you'll see me definitely taking this into account, and maybe it'll make more sense as we go up. But there's a article out there that shows this graphically, where they put like a red highlight, and they put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they show a screen capture of the battlefield and where those units ended up at. But again, it's middle, right above the middle, right below the middle for number 3, all the way to the top for number 4, and then number 5 is at the bottom. So the next thing is initiative, and this is another big one that I don't think everyone fully understands, and it can definitely save you a lot of troops, especially when you're against the dogs. That's a big thing I think people don't understand, is that you can mitigate the dogs, because the dogs will just tear up your archers and your mages. So I'm sure we'll get to an example of that here, but the initiative, you can see the enemy's initiative by clicking the little info. On the mobile version, it's a little different. I think you just tap on them or something and a pop-up comes up. But his initiative is 15. So anything I have that's 15 or less is going to go after him. So see, he's 13. So if I just went with my barracks mages, then this Blossom Mage, this Withered Thorn Rose Mage, is going to go first. So he's going to line up straight across from him. He's going to move forward 2. He's going to hit him pretty hard, and I'm going to lose him. And then in round 2, he's going to go to the 4th position. So in wave 2, he's going to be here, and I'm going to have a heavily damaged. A lot of them are going to be dead, and they're going to go straight up against this heavy ranged unit. So that puts me at a disadvantage there too. So what I need to do is I need to actually counter this with, I can either, again, I could use an archer here to go first because they have higher initiative, but then in wave 2, that's a bad idea because now it's lined up straight across from this thing. So I basically have to run with him in round 2 and just take him out of the battlefield or lose him, or put him in a corner where he can't be reached. I don't really want to do that, so this is understanding initiative is these Blossom mages have higher initiative than any of the computer's mages, so you can always counter with that. And then positioning is not that important here because the matchup is so in my favor here with mages matching up well against all this stuff. But so the only real thing here is just this, to put a higher initiative mage than what they have there. The rest of this, my mage, my barracks mage, has higher initiative than the rest of these. Same with round 2. So I'll get to go first all in round 2. All my units will go first before they take a move. I like the barracks mage because they have better abilities. They have a 40% debuff on their attack. No, a 30% debuff on their attack, so they hit you less. So if you get the spell applied to them, they won't hit you as hard. And it lowers their defense by 40%, so the next thing to hit it's going to hit it way harder. The Blossom mages, they have higher initiative, but their spells aren't as nice. And they're not as good against heavy ranged either. So it's understanding these sort of small details about matchups that really help a lot, especially the initiative. But I think I'll just auto fight this, so I mean I'm going to get a pretty good victory here with auto fight. Oh, huh. Yeah, see, I don't know. I mean I could have done better, but whatever. And that's the dirty secret about auto fighting is I have no idea what kind of obstacles, like bushes and rocks were in that field. That's why there's some variance on auto fighting. Is sometimes you're going to lose more troops than you think because it may seem like a favorable matchup, but maybe there's stuff in your way to where your mages couldn't actually move 2 spaces, and so therefore they don't attack round 1, and that makes a big difference. There'll be other times when you're like, I'll win this fight, but I'm going to lose 2 or 3 of my stacks of units, and then it's like you have an almost flawless victory, and that's probably because the landscape was in your favor. There are probably obstacles in the computer's way, and if you're fighting manually, you can actually usually see that. See, like right here in round 1, I can have 5 units with higher initiative than anything they have. So I can fight this. I can check out the field, see what's going on here. So I can see number 1 here in the middle, number 2 right above it, number 3 right below it, number 4 at the top. So 1 through 4, there's nothing in their way. They can move forward and they can. Well, actually, there is something on the way number 3 here. I take that back. But for a mage can move 2 and nothing's in his way. So you can scope out the battlefield and then just quit without losing anything. So I'm just looking at this. I see what the computer has. This is a very easy wave 1 because I don't have anything in my way. So if you're fighting manually, that's a nice trick to do. Just be careful. If they have Mistwalkers, then the Mistwalker always goes first, so you'll take some losses. You can mitigate that by using like these things, these drone riders, because they don't take a lot of damage from light range. You could pop them in there, you'll lose a little bit of them, but I hate these things anyway. I don't ever use them. They're probably the worst unit in the game, but they're good for scouting. So anyway, this is a pretty easy wave 1. This is what I would go with in wave 1 because number 5 was blocked in. These guys can move forward and hit. I got higher initiative. Looks good. What's wave 2 look like? Again, wave 2 is pretty straightforward too. The only thing here is that number 5 becomes number 1, which lines them right across from this Enchantress. So But I think, you know, number 4 becomes number 2. I think I could take 2 steps forward, and instead of blasting him, this heavy melee, I can blast this thing instead. And I won't take too much loss on this. So I'm going to fight this because I will definitely do better than auto fight. If an auto fight, you'll still win. You're just going to lose some troops. So I really got no choice. I'm safe. Nobody's going to hit me if I do this. So I can get that damage increase on him, which will be good. Let's see here. I'm going to go look at information here. He moves 4 and he hits 3. Now, if you hover over, you can see the red outlines on the whatever those things are, hexagons, I guess. He can move 4, so he can move right here to this one, and he can attack 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm safe. I want to avoid this guy getting hit because he'll really pretty much take out most of the stack. So if I move forward here, he's going to. So I got to pick my poison. He's going to hit me at least once. I'll go ahead and I guess I'll just do this one. Alright, now this is straightforward. Take him out. And I don't really have a choice. I can only reach one thing. So I probably should have hit this guy. I should have hit this 1529 mage instead of this one. I wasn't paying attention to the order they went in. If I would have reversed that, I wouldn't have lost so many troops, because by letting him go first, he applied a damage increase, and then I let the higher stack unit hit me harder. So if I would have reversed that, he would have, the stack with more alive units would have hit me first without the damage increase. I would have saved myself some troops, but I really wasn't paying too much attention. Alright, now it's just a matter of, let's see here. I think we want to finish off the... So he's safe where he's at. This light melee can only move 3. 1, 2, 3. So I don't have to move him. He's okay. He can finish him off. He's not okay. I think what I'll do is retreat. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this, of course, he can come here. 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I think he's going to get me either way, but let's just finish that thing off. I think we're okay here. I think what I'll do is, as long as that heavy melee doesn't hit me, I'll move down here and I'll take a hit at him. And then I'll finish off that. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Clean that up, and this is over. So I made the one mistake, which cost me several hundred at least mages. Alright, so he can't move forward. Yeah. So this is a tougher matchup than I actually thought. I guess I'll just leave him in place. I'm definitely going to take some losses here. Oh, I got a little lucky. I wasn't paying, again, down here shows the turn order. I wasn't really paying attention close enough. So it looks like I'm up, and then this other enchantress is up. The Enchantress can't get me, so I'm pretty safe to go ahead and hit their number 1, which is what I want to do. I want to save my heavy range from taking major hits. I want to move him forward. Okay, I got a little lucky there, actually. So I could hit him, although he's already gone this turn. He's got 500 left. I'll go ahead and hit him. Finish him up. Okay, he went, he only got me for 63 out of 1,500. You can have that. I'll just clean up that. Alright, so now I'm going to pay more attention this time to the turn. I've got 2 mages that are going to go. Although one of them, the second one has debuffs on him, so he's not going to hit as hard. And then 1529 is next. Which one is that? So if I hover over both of them, you can see at the bottom, it changes the highlight. So that's how I know. I have to hover over both, but it's this top one here. He's the one that's going to go next. But I got my guy up here at the very top going next. I don't think he can reach this bottom one. So, but 1444 can. So I guess I'll just hit him first. And then, oh, he can reach him. I'll just finish him off. He's going to do pretty good damage. He put the debuff on, so he's not going to hit me too hard. 230, I can live with that. I'll go ahead and get a debuff out on that thing. And then, oh good, cleaned it up. Alright. So yeah, that mistake I made in wave 1, that accounted for like half of the troops I lost maybe, so could have done better. But still, not too bad. Auto battle probably would have done quite a bit worse there. Alright, so now let's look at the matchups. Let's get back into looking at matchups, initiative, location. This looks like we're going to roll mages again, but let's look at wave 2. Oh, this is tough. Okay. This is tough. This is like worst case scenario, actually. So he has 1 heavy ranged. He's got 1 heavy ranged each time. So actually, I'll give you a hint here. Here's what I found. Is you have a tendency to want to go with light ranged here, but they just get eaten alive by these heavy ranged. And then there's so many light ranged units here where there's mages here. I'm just going to roll with dogs, actually, and I'll just auto fight this. It'll do okay. So whenever you hit this situation, so this is not worst case. I take that back. The dogs are good against 4 of the 5, and they'll take some loss here, but not as bad as your archers would have. See, he's really good against light range, really good. He's still good against light melee, but this guy's, oh wait, yeah, he's good against light melee. You're going to lose some here. This is not a good matchup. And I don't even know what the terrain looks like. I don't know if there's obstacles in the way, but, whatever. Just take my losses. Not too bad. Lost about half and half. Going to lose a little more this time, but, yeah, I can live with that. Alright, let's see what's next. Alright, now we've got okay, so we got that. Yeah, okay. I think we'll just roll with, let's see here. There's no mages in round 2, in wave 2. I was thinking what I'd do was pop in like maybe 3 of those and 2 of these. But next round, they'll become 1 and 2. I don't mind Orc General so much. It's the knights. As far as heavy melee, it's the knights because they can attack two spaces instead of one. These orcs don't really scare me that much. I'm going to auto fight this just to save some time. This is where, you know, if you have military buildings drop down, like the enchanted light range or whatever, plus 25% damage to your light range, or you have a divine armor or unleashed unit upgrade for more health, those buildings would really help this encounter. In fact, if I had those, I'd probably roll all archers here if I had the plus 25% damage, but let's do this. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, not too bad. And then this one might be a little more painful because of these heavy melee. If I fight this myself, I'd do a lot better, but I'll just let it. It didn't do too bad. Take it. Let's get past this. Okay, we got some mages and some light melee. Oh, okay, good. Dogs. So let's talk about dogs. This is definitely something I want to talk about. There's 3 enemy units that I think you really need to pay attention to. Actually, 4. Number 1 is the Mistwalkers, the light range things that look like this. They look like your dryads. They have the highest initiative, they move 4, and they attack 4. When the enemy has those, you're going to take loss. There's nothing you can do about that. Unless you get lucky with the obstacles on the field. But the second thing you need to look out for is the dogs. Because you can mitigate these with your frogs. Frogs against dogs. And actually the third one is also light melee. It's these orcs. These things are actually pretty tough. Because they move 4, which is more, it's 1 more than the rest of the light melee move. And because of the size of the battlefield, that's actually a big deal. So if you line up mages straight across from them and you move the mage forward 2, the orcs can actually reach them in round 1, whereas the rest of the light melees can't. They can only move 3. So you got to be careful when you have a mage and you're up against orcs, or even a ranged. You just got to be careful that the orcs can oftentimes usually reach them. So even though these have higher initiative, just be careful with these things on the field. That they'll come in and get you pretty good there. So, but then in wave 2 we got these dogs. So I'm definitely going to use some frogs because the frogs are the only heavy ranged unit that has a higher initiative than the dogs do. So what I want to do here is I want to counter these, and so number 2 is above the middle, and this guy's all the way at the bottom, so I think I'm safe to put him there. I think he's safe from that orc, which is great. And I think I'm going to follow up with 3 frogs. So in round 2, so these switch positions. So these in wave 2, these mages become 4 and 5. So it might even be safe. So he'll actually be over here. He might even be safe from that light range. So I think I'm okay here, like this setup. So this type of fight is really just about not getting your units unnecessarily killed. And the obstacles worked in my favor because this orc is sort of blocked in here. Alright, so they got pretty good debuffs on me. What I'm actually going to do is clean up these mages here. Because I want to retreat with my mages next round. So I don't want them to have to stick around to try to hit again. Okay, now I just want to get my first hit on him. Okay, so now I need to, can I get out of the way here? Uh-oh, maybe not. No, I can't quite. That's okay. I think I can clean him up before he hurts me too bad. Yeah, he'll get a little hit on me. It's okay. Alright, now let's see here. So this one appears a bigger threat. Because I think I can get my mage away from him. Yeah, so I'm out of, he can't even hit me next time. So let's go ahead and clean that up. And just get him out of the way to safety. Clean that up. See, I'm looking at where he can go. So I can get out of the way there. Yeah, I'm out of the way. I go ahead and get a spell on him. And this is over. So with manual fighting, you can definitely save yourself a lot of troops if you're willing to put the time in. Okay, so now frogs against dogs. Here's why. See that dog's gonna. There's nowhere I cannot get this mage out of the way, but that's okay. This dog's trapped, I think. Maybe not, but so at the bottom I can see that this guy's gonna move first and get out of his way, but he's gonna take the long way around. I don't think he'll be able to get to me. So let's see here. This guy's gonna come 1, 2. And he's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. There's nothing I can do about that. That kind of stinks. Alright, so might as well get a hit in there. I might as well get another hit in there. And yeah, so this dog here is definitely the biggest threat. So the other light, so if I would use any other heavy range, the dogs would have went next, and they would have killed my mage. But since the frogs do have that initiative higher, so I saved those mages. And I'll go ahead and get it. I'll go ahead and get a head start on that. And let's see, let's go ahead. Okay, I'm safe to move here. He can only move there, so as long as I come here, I can get that first hit on him, get him debuffed, maybe even finish him off. Close enough. Now I need to get this dog down, which I did. And I'll go ahead and get another hit on him. So the next two to go, I mean, he's going to cause me more harm than, the melee's going to cause more harm than the mage, because he only has 56. So not too bad. Lost about half a stack. That's kind of a tough matchup right there. Again, auto fight would have done much worse, but it still would have won. Okay, so this is let's see, round 2. Oh, okay, so again, this is tough actually because what are we going to roll with here? We could go with, so it depends on, actually, I think we should check out the landscape here. The landscape's going to make a difference. If I was auto fighting, I guess I would, So this is an open landscape for me. All my mages can move forward. All my archers can move forward too. He's a little blocked there, but not too bad. So what I'll do here is I'm a little concerned about this orc in the second round. So I think I will do a single frog to help me take down the melees. And I'm going to put him in number 1, so that way in round 2 he's number 5 to match up here. And then I think I'll go with, if I'm going to go with mages, I need to go with blossom mages, because I need the higher initiative. If I roll with the other mages, he's going to attack first. He's just going to wipe me out. I mean, this is where initiative is vitally important here. My other choice is to go with some kind of archers. I could go. Rangers are really good against mages, but the barracks ones are more well-rounded, so I think I'll go with them. I'm trying to decide. I think I'll auto fight round 1. Yeah, it didn't do too bad. I think I'll fight this one. I can save a little bit of troops here, I think. But I want to show you. See, look. I don't know that I can save many troops. Maybe I can. Look at his. He can move 4. So this is what I'm saying. If I move forward to attack this mage, I'm gonna get whacked by him pretty hard. And I might just accept that. Luckily, this other one, he really can't hit me, which is great. This block here really helps me, actually, this bush. I think I'll just accept my losses here. And, well, no, he can still hit me, yeah. Alright, I'm just going to accept my losses. And just get these mages down. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I better hit him all I can. And then, I guess, whatever. Oh, say goodbye to that stack. Oh, well, alright. Oh, I didn't bank on that either. Anyway, so let's retreat. I want to get out of the way of that. No, I can't even do that. Yeah. I guess I'm just going to take more losses. I'll clean that up. Yeah, so this is tough. These orcs, like I said, these orcs to me are one of the 3 hardest things to counter because of how far they move. It's the Mistweavers, these orcs, and then their version of the Blossom Mages are like the 3 hardest things, I think. The dogs aren't that hard. You just have to pay attention to them. You can counter them with frogs, but there's really no great counter to these orcs. In the Mistwalker, there's no counter at all. I mean, you just have to let them hit you. Again, auto fight. Now, all the auto fight I'm talking about here, you know, it's it would be a little different if you dropped those tree buildings. A couple, like some plus health and some plus light range damage. That makes a huge difference in auto fighting. I'm able to get around that here, but alright, so let's move on. I'm going to roll with straight up mages here. And I'm just going to auto fight round 1. Yep. And then round 2. I guess I'll fight this, but just to show you, I think I can save some troops here. Oh, I didn't even need to auto fight this. The landscape is totally against him. Yeah, that's a rough setup for him. So I'll lose a little bit, but he's going to give me with this mortar thing, but not much. 56. I think that'll probably be the only thing he hits me with. I can clean these orcs up. And just be careful of this knight now. Just don't get too close. Yeah, this is really easy cleanup now. So round one, the auto fight didn't lose any troops, and I think I'm going to end up losing about, what, 50 or 60 here? Yeah, so great, very efficient encounter there. Let's see. I'm so tired of profit portals. 3 hours, okay. And then let's see. This is not a great matchup. So if you're auto fighting, this might be when you want to call it a day and just convince. There's no good matchup for auto fighters here. You know, you might have a tendency to want to go heavy melee, but they're going to get ripped apart by these mages. So you can't do that. So auto fight, you want to convince here. I'm going to try this though. I'm going to do so. Two of the 3 units I warned you about are here, which are the Orcs, the Thorn Rose Mage, and the Dog. So let's see here. First, we need to account for the Thorn Rose Mage. In wave 2, it's at number 5. So right off the bat, I know I need one of those at number 1. I need this at number 3 for wave 1. So let's see if I do that. Alright, so what does this look like? I have a counter to his Thorn Rose Mage. I got a little lucky because he's above middle, he's below middle. I think I'll be able to move him forward without getting hit by that, I hope. I got to protect number 1 here because he's very important next round to counter that. I've got plenty of frogs to take the dogs out. These orcs are going to be a problem. Let's see, this is a tough one. The auto fight, again, don't auto fight this, you're probably going to lose. Alright, terrain works in my favor because it's sort of blocking these orcs. That's helping me out big time. So let's go after him. We need to do that. And if I hit him, see, he's going to move forward too. He's still safe from these orcs for now. So let's go ahead and take him out. So the terrain definitely helped me here. I think I'm going to get out of this okay. I'm going to accept some loss here from this mortar because it's more important that I start to burn at least some of the... I need to get one of the stack down. Actually, I guess I'll spread the damage out maybe. And I'll just finish him off. Or close to it. Let's see here. We need to hit him. Oh, good. Yeah, alright. That actually worked out pretty well. And then the frogs are going to be hugely beneficial to me next round. I'll be able to take their dog out. So that did look like a tough matchup on paper, but you know, once we hit the field, I got really lucky with no blockers. And I'm going to take a little bit of loss this time. Those heavy range are going to hit me. They're going to get some of my mages, but what I thought was going to happen, worst case scenario, definitely did not play out here. Actually, I can hit him. That's not too bad. Yeah, these mages, they don't hit the heavy ranges hard enough. But we got to get those dogs down. Okay, we got the dog down. Now it's, let's see. Um, hmm. So he's debuffed. He's going to do a little bit less damage. I guess I'll hit him. Yeah, that was the right choice. I don't really even know why I'm moving, but... Okay, that's good. Yep, we got this. Oh, it doesn't matter. So again, you can see how fighting yourself it can save a huge amount of troops if you understand the positioning and the initiative. This is already a pretty long video. I'm going to cut this off. I'll make another one for the second half of this floor. And I covered the basics. I think the future videos will just be about repetition and to let you see the different scenarios and how to handle them auto fighting, how to handle if you're going to fight yourself, and then kind of give my opinion on when I think you should cater. Know when to fold. Sometimes paying the goods is a lot cheaper than wiping a couple times and losing a lot of troops. You want to avoid that. So I'll be back in another video. This one's really long, but hopefully some of these tips will start to help. And as I go up the spire here, you'll see just see how I handle the different scenarios, and hopefully it'll help. So I'll be back.